We are previewing NFL Week 2 here at SBR Foreign Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We're talking with John Ryan from JohnRyanSports.com right now, regular SBR contributor. John, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Peter.
All right, one game we're going to talk about is Tampa Bay at the Giants. This is a very interesting game to me. The Giants, of course, lost the first game of the season to Dallas. They've had 10 days to rest. They're reportedly very pissed about that opening loss, losing sleep and all that. They're a 7-point home favorite over the Bucs, so I would be looking to bet on them here. But on the other side, Tampa Bay is looking very impressive. I suspected they'd be underrated to start the season, and then their performance in Game 1 just adds to that a lot, so I'd love to bet on them again. So I'm a little bit annoyed that these two teams are playing each other in Week 2. I think maybe the total, which is 44. I like the under in the Giants and Dallas game, and it did go under. And then both teams are, the Buccaneers are playing very good fundamental defense. They're stopping the run well. They're basing their offense on the run. So I'm thinking the under 44 is a good bet here. And if I had to lean on a side, I would take Tampa Bay getting 7. But then again, the Giants are in a winning mode right now, so I'm not sure about that. What do you think?
I think this shapes up similar to what we're seeing tonight, Thursday night with Green Bay. There are, desperate times call for desperate measures. The Giants can be mad and losing sleep all they want, but they're playing a really good team.
Yeah, for sure.
My lean here is on Tampa.
Yeah.
And at some places you can get it. 7 points now, and 7.5 I think is going to be occurring maybe later this afternoon. Because the public is clearly on the Giants. How in the world can they go 0-2? They're pissed off.
Right.
People think of Tampa Bay as being a bad team now. They're perennial, doormats that occasionally can get to 500, but are generally not a good team like we saw last week. I think a pivotal point in this game, and you've known this from me for over the years now, is the number 28, and it has to do with points scored on the scoreboard. And I like the under 2, Peter. And Tampa Bay must keep the Giants under 28 points. If they don't, Tampa Bay, I don't think, has the offense to come back, and the stats show that. In fact, the last 3 years when they allowed 28 points or more, they're 2-10 against the spread. And believe it or not, since 1992, they're 8-63 when allowing an opponent 28 or more points. Conversely, the Giants are going to try to put up numbers. And for obvious reasons, the matchups, for them to win the game, they got to score probably more than 28 points. In those roles, they're 13-2 against the spread over the last 3 years, and 64-13 since 1992 when scoring 28. So I think, obviously these are stats that are measured straight up too. They're not just against the spread. So Tampa's whole offensive scheme and defensive scheme will be to eat up the clock and keep this thing to a low-scoring game, one of which they can win in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I agree with you, John. I'm leaning towards the Bucs and the under here. Thanks. Great preview.